All right, I want us to learn something. This video is for educational purpose only. So pay attention and watch the video.
And the point even is it's misguided because Sogakope, North Tongu and things were never part of Volta Togoland. All those places, Dwapong was never part of Volta Togoland. And so there's not even any issue about that, And so to let a group like this embarrass you, this is an embarrassment. It's been reported in the international media. I was reading it.
All right, you watch that video. That is the voice and the image of the President of the Republic of Ghana. At the time he was granting this interview, he was the former president. Now watch the book in front of me. I put two pictures here, one to the left and one to the right. The one to the left is the cover page of the book, and the inside of that book, page 29, that is it. This is the Collins Atlas. We normally call Atlas book or Atlas by all geographers or geography students, secondary school. I happen to be a geography and social studies master in a secondary school in this country. And this material is what the GES, Ghana Education Service, has approved for us to use to teach the history and geography in Ghana. And my students, they bear the fact. I wasn't a bad teacher. Now, when you look at this book, can you see mandated Togoland? From Western Togoland, when the country was first divided by France and Britain, falling in the west and east. So one Togo divided into two became Western Togoland and the Eastern Togoland. When the League of Nations took the land from Britain and France, they made laws over it in trusteeship. So it was called Togoland under trusteeship. So United Nations Trust Territory of Togoland under British administration. The one which is Togo now was for French administration. So from Western Togoland to Trust Territory to mandated Togoland. So that's the mandated Togoland picture you are seeing there. Then from the mandated Togoland independence came, they decided to what? Split the country. That's the other one you are seeing, Volta region. Are you getting it? There are other maps that you see, they wrote Volta Togoland over there. So if the president is telling us that there is nothing like Western Togoland, there's nothing like Togoland, at what point in time did Togoland vanish from the surface of the earth? And what caused it to vanish, to disappear? This is a land that people have been on centuries before the wicked and the world's most atrocious crime was committed on us. Until today, nobody is talking about the crime committed. Our parents lost their life. Nobody is talking about that. But we, the citizens, we cannot talk about our history. And when we talk about our history, they say there's nothing like our history. The areas that the president mentioned, that is where I want you, because some of you have been coming to my videos and the Anlo land, the Peki land, and all those things, they are not part of Togoland. Now look at this map. So from the north up to the coastal community, did you see the line separating up to the coastal community? I wasn't the one who drew this map. If I were to be the one, you would say because I'm doing Western Togoland, I'm doing propaganda. This is GES own book. Now, there are other maps that you will see reflecting this. But whenever you want to see the propaganda about Western Togoland not having sea coast, then you see the one that cuts the Volta Togoland side away. So, I want all of you to understand something. When it comes to the history of this country and its lands, nobody can change the facts of history. You can't change the history. You can revisit it. You can talk about it. If you look at this particular map, you will realize everything that we have been talking about. There's another document by Britain themselves that they published by his stationery office, His Majesty Stationery Office in 1920. Talks about everything, including all the areas that you people have been talking about that is not part of Western Togoland. So those of you who are saying that Anglos are not part of Western Togoland, this is the map. You can see the map. So who is misleading the public in the Western Togoland or in the history of Ghana matter? Am I the one? Or we those who are talking about Western Togoland? We are not the one. We know our history, and nobody can take it away from us. So what should be the case is that, see, we are all human beings. And if we hold a particular idea and you think that idea is offensive to you, the best thing is you let us talk about this thing. We iron this thing, and where the problem is coming from, we look at it and we settle it. Separating of countries is not today. This has nothing to do with Ghana's territorial integrity, because Ghana's territorial integrity was established by Britain in 1957, and in the resolution 1044, Britain stated categorically that she has granted independence to all the territories of the Gold Coast, and the name now is the State of Ghana. She has settled on that before going on to say there's a union between the Trust Territory of Togoland and the British administration, which is the Togoland, the Western Togoland, and Ghana. So what we should be doing now is that we should be asking ourselves, this union that Britain is talking about, what exactly is she talking about? What are the rules and regulations in that particular union that Britain is talking about? Or did the colonial people deceive us again? Because this is what they have been doing. So you and I, we don't have to be fighting one another. We should work together and demand accountability from the Britain, not to be talking about Ghana's territorial integrity. Not to be talking about that, and to the extent that we should be killing one another, we should be fighting one another because of a territorial integrity which Britain established out of crime. How did Togoland got to become Togoland, if not because of the First World War? Was First World War a nice thing? Was it not a crime committed against humanity? Why is it that everybody is condemning the World War? Condemning it. Even they claim Germany was the one who caused the war, so they have to find Germany, and Germany have to pay reparation. Why do we condemn the war, but we want to hold on to the proceeds of the war? We cannot continue this kind of thing. And now that this education is in the system, so if you go to school right now and you want to teach the history of Ghana to the student, what are you going to tell them? The president said there's nothing like this, and this is what the document is also saying. So are we going to take what the president is saying and teach the student, or you take what GES have said? What exactly are we going to teach the student now? I know this video is old. The one that president made is old. But for the educational purpose, because some of you are in my comment section, instead of you to think, reason about the whole thing, you are just making those kind of comments. Ghana is not the first country under this earth to be or for it to be questioned its existence. Every union have rules and regulations. If you think we are in union, produce the union. Ghana can split. It has nothing to do with territorial integrity. When Czechoslovakia and Slovenia were together, they split. So those of you who don't know anything about the history, this is what I want you to understand, or I want you to learn. Go and take this book and learn and start doing the right thing. This is just for educational purpose. Thank you so much.